Turning now to the midterms, now just 8 days away. With the balance of power in Washington at stake, Democrats and Republicans are making one final push to get supporters inside voting booths in those crucial battleground states. Over the weekend, we saw the nation's top Democrat, President Biden, cast his ballot in Delaware. The president says he plans to spend these final days before Election Day traveling to several states, including battlegrounds Florida and Pennsylvania. For the latest on key races across the country, let's bring in NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray. Mark, good morning to you. So we know that the president will be very busy on the campaign trail over the next few days, but it was also a packed weekend for his former running mate, former President Barack Obama. So where was he and what was the message he was trying to get across?
Yeah, it was a very busy weekend for former President Barack Obama. On Friday, he was campaigning in Georgia for Stacey Abrams as well as Raphael Warnock in those close gubernatorial and Senate matchups. And then on Saturday, he was campaigning in Wisconsin and also in Michigan. And he was actually speaking about what Maura was just reporting about earlier about the attack on Paul Pelosi, as well as just the kind of conspiracy theories and uptick in violent threats that we've seen over the last few years. Take a listen to what the former president said.
The pandemic also highlighted, and in some cases made worse, problems that we've been struggling with for years. An economy that too often works for those at the very top, but not for everybody else. There was a shift, and this is a long-term trend, but we saw it get worse, of just a breakdown of basic civility, of basic neighborliness, and nowhere did you see it more than in our politics, where suddenly you have politicians doing their best deliberately to stir up division.
One of the other arguments that we ended up hearing from the former president was that candidates that Republicans are running, like Herschel Walker in Georgia, just aren't qualified for the positions that they are. Some very biting comments from the former president.
Well, Mark, you mentioned Georgia. Let's talk more about that key battleground state. We know the final debate, the second and final debate between Brian Kemp and Stacey Abrams last night. What are some of your key takeaways from that?
This is a race where all the polling has shown that Brian Kemp seems to be in the driver's seat in this contest against his challenger, Stacey Abrams. And in last night's second and final debate, we ended up seeing the two candidates clash on issues like the economy, crime, but especially abortion. And take a listen to these exchanges last night.
If the legislature passes a more restrictive abortion law, abortion bill, would you sign that bill?
Well, I'm not going to count on, say yes or no to any specific piece of legislation without actually seeing exactly what it's doing. It's not my desire to go move the needle any further on this issue.
Let's be clear. He did not say he wouldn't. We know that he has praised the Texas bounty system that allows neighbors to make $10,000 by reporting on women. Brian Kemp does not have a plan for the lives of the women who are being forced to carry pregnancies to term that are unwanted pregnancies. But more importantly, he refuses to protect us. He refuses to defend us, and yet he defended Herschel Walker.
This, again, is one of the marquee gubernatorial contests that we are following in such an important state, both for Senate control and also maybe the next presidential contest come 2024.
Yeah, we've been talking about that one for a long time. Definitely one to watch. And broadening this view out, Mark, we're also seeing Democrats wrap up spending in big blue states. Could that mean we're seeing another red shift in those historically blue areas of the country?
Yeah, Stephen, it certainly seems like the poll numbers that we've seen, as well as the spending now that have actually gone to fortify blue areas as opposed to Democrats being the ones playing offense right now, does seem to suggest right now that Republicans are the ones with the momentum. But again, I would just caution here that 2 years ago in the 2020 cycle, it seemed that Republicans were the ones that were on the defensive. And while Joe Biden ended up winning the presidency, Republicans are able to make some important gains across the country there. And so sometimes the momentum can be a false indicator, and we have 8 days to go, and I think a lot of back and forths and twists and turns that we'll see.
8 days, a lot can happen. All right, Mark, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.